an autistic kid, a child, gets signed up by his mother to go to a program ran by cops so that he, the child, can have an appreciation for the police, bridging the divide. She goes to pick him up. He has a concussion. He's in handcuffs. He has to go to the hospital because of what these cops did to him. Put up the picture full mass of the victim, the young child, and the other victim, the mother. Richmond, Virginia, a 12-year-old black child with autism was handcuffed and received a head injury while attending a tennis program run by cops. Sheila Jackson entered her son, who has autism, into the athletics program. This program is officer-led from the Richmond Police Department. She did this because she wanted her son to feel comfortable around cops. Her uncle was an officer, and she says she has a lot of respect for what they do. But on November 3rd, Jackson showed up at the tennis courts to find her son on the ground and in handcuffs. Ms. Jackson said the staff at the tennis program said her son was getting frustrated on his serves, and they told him to practice off to the side, but she is unclear on what happened next. Her son said one of the police officers raised her voice at him, and he started to walk away from her. He knows to try to self-regulate and walk away from a situation, and she may have thought he was being defiant, Jackson said. After that, Jackson said her son said the officer grabbed him. We ended up going to VCU emergency room. They diagnosed him with a TBI concussion, Jackson said, but she is still unsure why he was handcuffed and what exactly happened that caused him to get a concussion. He was around the police. That's what caused it. He was around the police. You see, this is how out of control this has become. This child has autism. They knew he had autism. The program was created supposedly to break down the barriers between youth and cop. They trusted you all. Y'all are some monsters, man. Straight monsters. This kid walked away because that's part of a self-regulatory method for those who may have a temper issue. He literally, as a child with autism, engaged in de-escalation, and you did not. Is it because you don't value the life of children? Is it because you don't value the life of black children in particular? I don't know which one it is, but we all know what you did was wrong. No doubt about it. But you have been empowered so much. You feel invincible, do what you want to do. Jackson said she has spoken to various people with the Richmond Police Department about the incident a number of times, but she still has not gotten answers to her questions. The police report she paid $5 for does not have an incident description at all. Spokesperson for the Richmond Police Department said they are conducting an internal investigation that is ongoing, and they could not provide any more details at this time. While Ms. Jackson waits for the outcome of this alleged investigation, she worries about her son's mental health. She said he went from having the best grades in his grade in middle school to having trouble making it through a school day. As soon as the concussion, it's like bam, bam, bam. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's something every day, Jackson said. Let's put up the police chief. Buck stops with him. There's your police chief, Rick Edwards of the Richmond, Virginia Police Department. Now, we're going to be really aggressive and stay on top of this story. It is not only a violation of policy, that goes without saying, but we can provide that clearly, is also criminal in my summation and in the summation of many. This child never should have experienced what he experienced. But why are we here? Why did this happen? What's the cause and effect? You have to look at Supreme Court rulings that have protected officers and granted them a level of immunity from simple responsibility for their own negligence or criminal conduct. You also have statutory laws promoted by lawmakers in order to do the very same thing. And then you have a culture, this culture that says back the blue, no matter if the blue back you. It doesn't make sense. The blue is not a community, we are. The blue is supposed to protect the community. When did they become their own community? When did this happen? We allowed it to. And now this is part of the cause and effect of allowing a governmental structure to basically have more power than any other citizen or citizens group in your local community. Let me tell you why. If you don't think the cops have more power than the citizens, I guarantee you, the vast majority of your city or county, if you all say, we now would like to actually reform the police, watch and see, does it happen? Okay, conscious thoughts here.
Man, ableism and racism is the intersection of two ugly oppressions. I also would say that when we think about age in this country, it's very perverse, trivialized, and pathologized. When I was a little boy, I feel like the world treated me as a man. Now that I'm a man, I feel like the world treats me as a boy. We see that when a 21-year-old, 23-year-old white male does something, he's treated as a boy. He's treated as a teenager. You see what I'm saying? But a 16-year-old, 17-year-old boy do something, he's treated as an adult. And you see how in terms of, even when we think about gender, you feel me? Most women or girls are seen to be adults at a younger age, but it's not materialized in terms of access or in terms of money, you feel me? But on the flip side, it's like, hey man, we're gonna hold women more accountable for doing this. So I think when you think about like age in this country, it's very filled with pathology and trivializing and a whole bunch of this, man. Racism and ableism, it's an intersection to end this little rant that we all should, I think more about.
I agree, brother.